And you can catch the last part of the current series of Prisoners' Wives on Tuesday night at 9 o'clock on BBC One and BBC One HD. Our gadget expert today is Lucy Hedges. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
We've got 3 gadgets today. Yes. I think all 3 are really exciting.
3 awesome gadgets,
yeah. They are really good.
Okay, let's get started. Okay. So this is...
all quite pricey, though, it must be said.
Yes, as always. Yeah. This is a pair of high-def recording ski goggles. So on the outside, bog standard ski goggles look very nice. What they can do, as you've probably guessed, is record all the action on the slopes, whether you're skiing, snowboarding, sledging, and you can get all the action, relive it all in 720p at high def. So that's pretty cool. Nice and lightweight, nice design. You've got big buttons on the side to allow for greater dexterity. Let's say you've got big gloves or your fingers are frozen. Now these correspond to a screen with an LED light setup in the middle. So if I turn it on, as you can see, it goes blue. We go between the different modes, it changes colour, it also does 5 megapixels still, so this is what I'm alternating between. And then when I hit record, I hit the button at the top, it blinks, and you can see all that from the comfort of your goggles and capture all the action.
OK, well, I think we've got some footage, haven't we?
Yeah, we've got some
which
footage.
Someone's filmed of it.
Yeah.
This is it. So, yeah, I mean, obviously a lot of people put cameras on their helmets and things like this, so this is probably the best way of doing it.
Exactly, there's no additional mounts, it kind of sits flush against the helmet.
Goggles. The one thing I've never quite got the idea of why people want to film where they're going rather than being filmed going somewhere.
Well, I think the great thing about this is it captures all the action and you're not going to miss that, you know, so maybe your friend takes a tumble or you found a great run. This is always going to capture all the action, whereas when you've got it in your pocket, you're like, oh, 1 minute, let me just get it out. Too late, you've missed it.
Yeah.
And that's got, takes up to 32 gig memory card, so you can get 8 hours of action.
It's a little bit heavier than normal goggles though, aren't they?
Yeah, just a little bit, but it's not going to weigh your head down too much.
How much are these?
£340.
So steep.
Very steep,
right.
but
what's
worth
next?
It. Okay, this funky, futuristic looking thing is the Misa Kitara. Now, it's a digital guitar that's done away, as you can see, with the strings and replaced them with a fretboard that's full of buttons. We've got an 8-inch multi-touch touchscreen, and it's got an onboard polyphonic synthesizer with a library full of hundreds of sounds and effects. So while it looks like a guitar, it's not trying to replace the traditional guitar. It's a MIDI controller, so you can play and control multiple electronic sounds with a guitar interface. So I'm not going to do it any justice whatsoever, but we've got it in strings mode at the minute. So by pressing the buttons in conjunction with strumming the digital strings, I can make some sound. Now, there's some other modes to play with as well. So if I hold the screen down like so, I can go into the menu and go into ball mode, for example. Now, this allows me to drag a ball across a XY axis and kind of manipulate the sound. You getting the idea? I'm not doing this machine any justice whatsoever. I have no skills. Do you want to have a go?
No, I'm not sure I've got any skills either.
If you like the look of it, there are so many videos on YouTube that, you know, people really harness its potential, and it is an incredible device allowing you to produce really cool digital music. Yeah, Tim, you're not doing it any justice either.
Yeah, no, I'm not very musical.
You know, really cool.
Sadly.
You can customise the strings to represent different sounds. You can do so much things with it and just have a blast.
It's cool looking. How much is this?
That will set you back £400. Apparently, it's a firm favourite with the Black Eyed Peas.
Is that?
Take it on stage
and
inject
like a good
some
tool,
funk.
if you know what you're doing.
Yeah,
all right.
If you know what you're doing, it's amazing. Finally, got a beast of a machine.
I don't think Alex Jones was very kind about what I said about this bike. This is the
M55 hybrid bike.
Yeah.
It's an electric bike. So it's not just a beastly looking mountain bike, but it's very cool. It's got some very good tech inside it. Now, the components that it's created with itself, it's handmade, custom-made aluminium, titanium and carbon fibre body. You've just turned it on, so once you turn it on, the buttons illuminate, you know you've got some power. We've got a screen here, pressing the button here pertains to your distance, your speed and your battery level, so you can take a look at that. And this button here simply turns your lights on and off. Now, on the body itself, it's got an integrated battery. We've got a centrally mounted motor which goes up to 40 miles an hour.
Yeah, we've got to explain the way it works is you don't have a throttle on it or something. As you're cycling,
well, it's
it
a
kicks
hybrid bike, so it's got something called hybrid drive. So instead of having a boost button, which a lot of electric bikes have, when it kind of...
While explaining that, let's watch me outside doing this. Go on, keep explaining how you do it.
So like I said, there's no dedicated boost button. When it senses that you need a bit of a kick, you need a bit of a speed injection, you're pedalling hell for leather and it thinks that you need some help, it will give you that speed injection and will act accordingly depending on how you're pedaling. So it's very, very clever.
Do you know what? It's an amazing thing to ride. It's really smooth, and I mean, it's the suspension's great.
Yeah,
and when you pedal, it kicks
amazing.
in. What I was saying, Alex said, I said it was childish. All I said was I don't like these graphics down the side because it's kind of It's kind of toy-like.
I think the design.
And let's say how much it is.
All silver.
Let's say how much it is.
£25,000.
So for £25,000, I wouldn't want it to be toilet. I would want that. But could you get this custom? Do
yeah,
you think?
they're all custom made. So I imagine that when you
would have that
place
made.
the order, you can say just leave that bit out, leave that part of the design out.
Okay. All right. I'm not sure I'm going to spend 25 grand, but it's a good one. Right, thanks, Lucy. For more information on any of today's gadgets, just email us via our website. We'll get back to you. Time now for a new drama charting the lives of 7 friends over 6 decades. In the first part, memories are triggered off 1965 when they all met for the first time. This is White Heat.